Let's light up a candle to mourn all my hopes and dreams that are now dead.
What do we call you?
I'm me. People.
I love him so much. Goodbye.
Writing our story. We get to write our own. Finally free.
No Carry On My Wayward Son. Good morning. Miracle! A baby. Oh, he's up for a run. I guess he's normal now. It reminds me of the genital herpes thing. I hate that, I'm sorry. I feel like this is wrong. Like oh hi. Like I'm happy for them. Oh, they do the dishes. Just like regular people. Oh, what do you need that for? I mean, I guess he's gonna keep hunting, but fair enough.
You got anything?
Did they just lose their jobs?
I got something.
Oh, I guess not. Oh, that's the last time I'm gonna see that. I saw the teaser. Yeah. Pie Fest.
I'm gonna get some damn pie.
You are. You deserve some damn pie.
What's wrong? I'm fine. I'm just thinking about Cass, you know?
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, no, I think about him too.
Not nearly enough.
But if we don't keep living, then all that sacrifice is gonna be for nothing.
I hate that. Bring them back. Why do I feel like that's a message from the writers being like, get over it? Yeah, I already saw that. That's just Jared. That's not even Sam. That's Jared. I'm really not feeling anything. I'm sorry. Is this gonna be a Monster of the Week kind of thing? Because if it is, I at least hope it's a cool one. I miss the days where the Monster of the Week episodes were good. Don't get me wrong, I love the show so much, but it really hasn't gotten better in the last 10 seasons. I'm sorry.
Singer and Cookie, FBI.
Beds do home invasion.
I hate them so much. Come on.
Something weird over
That's just
the time.
Sans Undertale.
I recognize that face.
You do? You do? Have you been playing Undertale? Sorry, I hate myself.
All right.
Is the journal thing coming back? I'm sorry. I should be more fun and reactive. There's not much going on. This is so weird. Like the pacing of the episode is just normal. Shouldn't this feel special or something? I'm sorry, I'm not trying to be mean. I'm just kind of bored, honestly. I really hope this episode doesn't disappoint me, because I did watch 2 seasons in 2 weeks just to get to this episode. Am I supposed to know who she is?
You, Jenny.
Who the fuck is Jenny? I don't remember that episode. I'm sorry. I'm such a fake fan. Oh. You okay? Ow. Ouch. Ambulance. Sam.
Let's go find those kids. Get them out of here. What?
Is he just gonna bleed out to death? I thought Steve.
There's someone. Feels like it's right through me.
No, don't do that. Just leave him there.
Stay with me.
Is this
Stay
it?
with me, please.
Okay.
No.
Yeah.
What? I don't like this.
You knew it was always gonna end like this for me.
Just a regular hunting
It's
accident?
supposed to end like this. Saving people, hunting things. It's what we were doing.
I
Just stop.
We had one hell of a ride, man.
I don't want to cry with this.
I'm so proud of you, Sam. Do you know that?
What the fuck?
I've always looked up to you.
What the fuck?
We were kids that night that I came for you and you at school. You know when Dad hadn't come back from his hunting trip? I must have stood outside your dorm for hours. Because I didn't know what you would say. Tell me to get lost or get dead.
This is so stupid.
And I didn't know what I would have done if I didn't have you. Because I was scared. I was scared. Because when it all came down to it, it was always you and me.
Then don't leave me. Don't leave me. I can't do this alone.
I'm
Yes, you can.
Well, I don't want to.
Hey. I'm not leaving you.
That's what Dean said on the first episode.
I love you so much. My baby brother.
What's going on? It's like the longest death.
I need you to tell me that it's okay.
Tell him that it's okay.
It's okay.
Oh my god.
You can go now.
Bye, Sam.
I don't like this at all. This is so... I can't even talk. This is so tough. I can't talk. How long had it been from like last episode to that? On the table. What was that? It hurts so much. I hate this. What is that? What? I don't get it. Huh? Huh? Huh?
Well, at least I made it to heaven. Yep.
There's a heaven? Oh, hi, Bob.
That kid of yours made some changes here.
Okay, cool.
Busted my ass out. That's what it always should have been.
Good job, Jack.
Everyone happy,
Good job, Jack.
everyone together.
I like that.
Rufus and your mom and dad, they got a place over yonder.
They made it to heaven? Fair enough.
So Jack did all that. Well, Cass helped. It's a big new world out there. You'll see.
So he's okay?
tastes like the first drink I ever shared with my dad.
Everything hurts.
It's almost perfect. You'll be. What are you gonna do now, Dean?
Oh my god. I'm gonna go out and kiss Kaz. Oh, the Impala made it there too. I think I've calmed down. Well, fuck you.
Love this song.
Is that Eileen? Is that Eileen? I can't listen to this song. He's not that old. Oh. Well, hi. What is the makeup?
Dad, it's okay. You can go now.
No, it's not. What's the version of the song? Oh, he went for a ride. He was already there because time is like faster or something. I look terrible. I'm so sorry. I feel like I can't breathe. Is he there?
Hey, Sammy. Thank you, the fans.
And the honor to play these characters for so long. And we felt you guys here with us all the time. So, thank you.
What the fuck? Okay, so that was a mess. This is the day after I watched the episode and I couldn't give my thoughts yesterday just because I was crying too hard and I had to, I don't know, lay down for a bit and think about what just happened. And my conclusion is I'm upset. The only thing I said after the episode was over was this: we have been queer baited once again. I know that's not what I'm supposed to be taking from this episode, but it's hard not to. I hadn't seen Supernatural for a while. I stopped watching the episodes as they came out after season 9, but then I would gradually watch a few episodes if I felt like it, but not as they were airing. Until 3 weeks ago, the last episode I had watched was the season 12 finale. Why did I decide to continue watching the rest of the series? Well, because of episode 18 of season 15. You know what I'm talking about.
I love you.
I was just like chilling with my family watching She Loves Me, the musical, until I made the mistake of grabbing my phone and checking Twitter to see Destiel is canon. What's going on? And I was like, That made no sense. I had already given up on Destiel years ago. I just assumed it would never happen because of obvious reasons. We were constantly mocked in the series. We were being turned down by the writers, and like I never thought it would happen. But then it kind of happened, and I just decided, okay, I'm gonna watch every single season that I have left so I can watch the series finale the day it comes out. Because if anything happens, I don't want to be spoiled. I want to see it with my own eyes, live, and record my reaction. Well, I finished season 13, I skipped season 14 because it was 2 days before the series finale and I wouldn't make it. My friend summed it up for me. I saw a couple clips just to know what was going on in that season, blah 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 blah. I will watch it later if I can do it. Then I saw what I had left of season 15, which was everything before the season finale, and it was just like, oh my god, this is gonna happen. I'm gonna watch the end of the series. Cue to clown music. I truly believed Cass was coming back. I wasn't even rooting for Destiel. I was just, I had given up already. I was like, okay, maybe they'll hint at it, maybe one of them will smile or get a hug. I wasn't expecting anything big, just maybe something to show that the feeling was, you know, reciprocal. Well, no. Of course not. But even if they decided to completely ignore the love confession, I was expecting Cass to come back. Because, first of all, I just thought it would be stupid to kill off the best character, the one everyone loves, 2 episodes before the series finale, and not bring him back. Second of all, it didn't feel like a goodbye because of the way they handled it. I felt like if Cass was going to go for good, I don't know, Sam would be there, or I don't know, Misha would tweet afterwards, or I don't know, all the actors would make a big fuss about it. No, it was just like, oh yeah, and Cass is gone. I think Misha, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think Misha said that was his last appearance after the Lucifer Cass prank call in episode 19, where they just used Misha's voice. But at that point, no one was going to believe it. It didn't make any sense in a series where every single character that dies comes back. For him to die 2 episodes before the finale, for him not to be in the finale at all, it was just, it didn't make any sense. Everyone, including myself, we had hope he was going to come back for the finale, and now I know why they didn't do it. Because if they did, they had to address the Destiel thing. They had to make Dean do something about it, and there were so many ways in which they could have done it that it wouldn't be necessarily like, yes, this is a gay thing. No, I thought Cass was going to appear in many instances. For example, when Dean sits on the Impala and he's about to drive, I thought Cass was just going to, you know, appear in the backseat or something. They didn't have to have Cass just like appear on the car and kiss Dean, and no, he could have just been there. Or at the end when Dean and Sam were basically just like standing on the bridge looking at the view or whatever, they could have easily had, like, you know, they were standing next to each other. Misha could have just appeared from the back like, welcome boys, or something. I don't think he would have said that, but you know, something, or not even say anything. He could have just put one hand on each of their shoulders and be like, I'm here with you, because we are all important characters. I get that maybe they just wanted to have Sam and Dean because it started out with just Sam and Dean, so it ends up with just Sam and Dean, but it completely disregards the idea of found family that they've been carrying out the entire show. They say family doesn't end with blood, but it did. It did. They just grabbed 15 years of character development and threw it in the trash. I'm talking about people missing. Where was Eileen? What? They brought her back to life in the beginning of the series, and they grew this relationship with Sam that was adorable. It was lovely. I loved it so much. She was such a badass. And then they just made her disappear 2 episodes before the end of the series. They brought her back on episode 19, but they never mentioned her again. They never mentioned, like, it could have been so easy. They didn't even have to have her there. She could have just, you know, texted Sam, or, you know, in that one scene where Sam is like, you know, walking around the bunker and he's in Dean's room and the phone rings and he picks it up and the whole Agent Bon Jovi thing happens. You know, I get it, right? But wouldn't it be easier to have, you know, Eileen call him, and that we know that's Eileen, I don't know, her name appears on Sam's phone or whatever, and then he leaves the bunker for good instead of just leaving to solve another case or whatever. He's just going home with Eileen to move on. Doesn't it make more sense? We would get that one last interaction between them, so we would know in the Sam growing old montage that that faceless lady was Eileen. She was so important. I liked her so much. I don't understand why they brought her back to just make her disappear. For nothing. What was she there for? For the Lucifer thing where they trick Sam into getting there? He could have done it anyway. Some other way. I don't know. What was Eileen there just to be in episode 18 where all the love interests disappear? I don't get it. I don't understand why they wrote her in the season to just send her away. I'm so upset about Eileen. Like, I get that there was a pandemic and maybe they couldn't bring her back, but they had like 100 people on that bridge and none of them were wearing masks. They were children on set for those last episodes. There were lots of people in that one scene with the Pie Fest thing. They brought back Gene Beaver. I'm not upset about him being back. I love Bobby, and I just think that that scene where he's sharing a beer with Dean, that's adorable. That feels like there's some character growth there because he's like a parental figure or whatever. But they brought back that one vampire lady from season 1. Were we supposed to remember her? Was she easier to contact than Misha and Shoshana? I don't get it. You know what I'm the most upset about? The fact that we watched 327 episodes, I think, don't quote me on this, for nothing to happen. Everything ended the same way it began. I'm sorry about my dog. They somehow managed to make a series finale that you could watch without watching any of the other seasons. I could have just watched the first episode and the last episode and everything would make sense. I wouldn't be confused about anything. All the character development we had throughout the series, gone. Dean deserved so much better, and so did Sam. I don't even care about Dean's death being stupid. I'm angry because he died working on one of John Winchester's unfinished cases. He died as his daddy's little soldier. That's what they've been trying to deconstruct throughout the series. He is his own person and he cares and he's loving. Like, they couldn't have forgotten. 2 episodes before this, Cass tells him that he's not what his enemies think he's like. If this happened like 4 seasons ago, I would be okay with him maybe thinking, okay, the only way I can be freed from this hunting life is to die, it's death. But you mean to tell me that, Dean, I want a normal life, I want to hang out at the beach with Sam and Cass Winchester, would be okay dying on a barn like a week after his friend died for him to be saved? Also, I know we're supposed to like John Winchester now because of that episode that I didn't watch because I didn't watch season 14, and when Bobby's like, oh yes, your parents are here too. We're supposed to be happy about that, but yay! I finally got to heaven with Bobby, my abusive father, and the car. The car was there. I'm putting my teeny thankful hat on, but I think they had to kill off Dean because they couldn't show us a montage of them growing old, because it would be weird to have him find another love interest to have children with, because of the whole cast thing. Like, maybe they would have done it if they didn't have the cast confession thing, but if they had the cast confession thing, they didn't address it, and then they made Dean marry a woman and have children. The fandom would have burned down the CW building, basically. First of all that, and second, they wanted Sam to face with the fact that his brother was dying and that his brother was dead and get over it and just accept it. He didn't do that. He didn't do that. He was grieving the entire time we saw him growing old. No character development there either. Not even death itself could break the Winchester's thick, twisted codependency. I'm happy that Dean finally found peace in heaven or whatever, and I'm happy Sam, I don't know, he got his family and they both reunited in heaven together. In 2013, when I would talk about the possible series finale with my friends, I would be like, yeah, I want them to either be happy or die. And I kinda got both, but the way it happened, it just felt so wrong, you know? I'm happy that Jack and Cass could rebuild heaven and make it a better place for everyone. They basically fixed it after centuries of it being messed up. But the way they handled it, it felt so wrong. Cass, that was so scared of just being this soldier for heaven, which he rebelled against, ended up being absolutely expendable. Jack, that was scared of being just this powerful machine used to fix or destroy stuff, became exactly that. He only wanted to spend time with his newfound family, and he didn't get to do that because he became God. I kind of feel thankful that they left the whole heaven thing open to interpretation so that we can imagine them reuniting at some point and, I don't know, whatever we want happening. But it leaves this awful taste in my mouth because they could have done better. They could have done better, but they just decided not to. Everything was messed up, but they could have kept the same plot and managed it differently, and it could have worked better, in my opinion. What hurts the most is that we were invested and now we feel stupid for caring about this. I feel dumb for getting my hopes up for this finale, but at the same time, I wasn't delusional. We weren't wrong. We were just literally looking at what was in front of us and thinking about it logically. Everything that we thought could happen, it made sense because of what the writers put in front of us. And then they decided to completely disregard everything they've been working on. I feel terrible because this show was so good. It was so good and it deserved to have such a good ending. But the last 10 years of the series have been mediocre at best. I don't know what I was expecting from the show, but at least they stayed faithful to their very beginnings. Supernatural ended up being homophobic, A-list, misogynistic, racist, just like it basically promised us that it would be. I shouldn't be surprised, but I thought things were going to be different. I feel played with. I don't know, I'm done talking about this. I'm tired, I feel drained. I'm just gonna go and read Twist and Shout once again and cry myself to sleep. Goodbye. Thanks for watching.